Okay, so we are going to start off with problem number 1. Please follow along as I read the problem out loud. It says, Elizabeth and Dinah are working on a craft project. They need to cut many pieces of ribbon for the project. Elizabeth is cutting 6 ribbons that will be 1/3 foot long. Dinah is cutting 4 ribbons that will be 3/4 of a foot long. What is the total length of the ribbons they cut? So I'm going to start off with my sentence. My sentence, what I'm trying to find out, I'm going to look to that question again, and it says, what is the total length of the ribbons they cut? So my sentence will be, my sentence is, the total length of the ribbons is feet. So I am going to stop and think about what I need to do for this problem. I notice that we have 2 girls. So that's telling me, before I can figure out the total, I have some hidden questions. I need to find out how much Elizabeth cut, and I also need to find out how much Dinah cut. So I'm just going to shorten it and just write an E and a D. So in order to figure out how much Elizabeth cut, I can go back and I can close read the sentence or sentences that talk about Elizabeth. It says Elizabeth is cutting 6 ribbons that will be 1/3 foot long. So I'm going to have 6 ribbons, and each of them is going to be 1/3. So I can take 6 and multiply it by 1/3. Now, remember, when I'm multiplying fractions, I can start off by making sure that I have 2 fractions. Okay, so I have 6 times 6 over 1 times 1/3. And now I'm going to look to see if I can cross divide, which I can. I can divide 3 by 3 and get 1. And I can also divide 6 by 3 and result in 2. So now that I cross divided, or cross canceled, I can now just simply multiply my numerators. 2 times 1 is 2. Over 1, and I can see that Elizabeth cut 2 feet of ribbon. So now I'm going to do the same thing for Dinah. I can close read the sentence that talks about Dinah, and it says that Dinah is cutting 4 ribbons that will be 3/4 of a foot long. So again, I know that she has 4, and each of them is 3/4, so I can multiply 4 times 3/4. Notice as I'm writing this, I'm thinking ahead that I know that I'm going to have to put my 4, I'm going to have to write the equivalent fraction, which is 4 over 1. Again, I'm going to look to cross cancel or cross divide, and I can see that I can divide 4 by 4 and get 1, and divide 4 by 4 and get 1. Multiply my numerators. 1 times 3 is 3. Multiply my denominators, 3 over 1, which equals 3 feet. Now, I'm not finished because I need to find the total length. So I know that I need to take 2 feet, and I need to add 2 feet, Elizabeth's, to Dinah's, and I would end up with 5 total feet of ribbon. So the total length of the ribbons is 5 feet.